Good morning. It's a brand new week, and it's good to be with you again on Summit this Monday morning from Lagos. My name is Jumoke Michaels. You're welcome to the program. Banji.
Jumoke, good morning. Welcome. It's nice to be here, Jumoke.
Yeah.
But sadly, Jumoke, we lost one of our very best.
Yeah.
Milafe Obadea, that's a former deputy governor, CBN. And he came to limelight again a couple of months back based on what he thought he saw as being responsible for insecurity in this country. But the news came yesterday that we lost Obadea. And my heart goes out there to the family, essentially. May the good Lord grant his soul eternal rest and strengthen the family. It's very sad.
Yeah, may his soul rest in peace, and God console his family and give them the fortitude to bear this loss. Amen. Well, two burning national issues, rather, we'll be looking at on the program this morning, and that's the issue of gale of defections that we're experiencing. People leaving one political party to the other, and it's all ahead of the 2023 elections. Also, the issue of the VAT controversy. We'll be looking also at that issue this morning, and well, the pros and the cons is what we'll be weighing on. And we have with us in the studio today a political technocrat, Dr. Dayo Kayode. You're welcome, sir.
Yes, good morning. It's my pleasure being here again, but I was surprised that you did not even console those of us that belong to the nationalist class, which Obadea belongs to. We miss him a lot. In fact, yesterday when I read about his demise to today, I still don't know whether I've stopped crying inside. His gentle soul rest in peace.
It's really very painful.
He's a great nationalist in this country, and somebody that has done a lot, both within and outside the country, to ensure that Nigeria becomes a state to be reckoned with worldwide.
Well, may his soul rest in peace. And those things he actually worked and clamored for while he was alive. May those things have actually come to reality.
Yes.
Nigeria, where everyone will be safe and secured.
Those of us that believes in his philosophy will also continue where he stopped by God's grace.
Amen. Jumoke has actually opened the issues, the gale of defections, but we are not. It's not a strange thing in this country.
It's not strange.
Where we are approaching, anytime we are approaching general elections, you see prominent politicians dumping their parties for particularly the party in power. I mean, it's been said that Nigerians don't have the strength, and let me say the politicians don't have the strength or the discipline to actually be on the opposition for so long. So it's not strange. But what actually made this issue a bit unique, or something that's worth discussion, is that of FFK, Femi Fani-Kayode, who was the aviation minister during the administration of Olusegun Obasanjo. He's been crossing, he's been like going and coming. He said so much about APC in the past, then defected to APC, went back to PDP. He has actually come back to APC now. It was a rumor. He had actually sworn and said he will never cross to or maybe defect to APC because of, according to him, so many challenges that APC has brought to the country. But today, we are living witnesses to the fact that he visited the president at Aso, and he gave so much publicity to it that this is the party that can deliver this country. So he's now here where there is light. He has left darkness. And he said it's not just him. He's bringing 3 other governors, sitting governors, to APC from PDP. I mean, it's something that we really need to discuss. What's your reaction to all of this?
Yes, Maji, thank you very much, because you already said it is not something new that happens among the politicians, cross-carpeting, moving from one party to the other. But what what can be talked about is the nature, the character, and even the person involved. You know, you cannot. I mean, you will not look at the way that a Saraki, a Bukola Saraki, or a Turaki, former vice president Atiku, or somebody in the stature of a good Lord Jonathan will move from one party to the other. You can't compare it to that of Bukola Saraki. I mean, you can't compare it to that of Fani Kayode. No, you cannot compare it with Fani Kayode.
They are all politicians.
When you're talking of politicians, there are some that are, yes, politicians. There are some that are just by chance, by mouth, because of what they will eat, that they are politicians. Yes, he is from a political class. Remember, his father, Remi Fani Kayode. Okay? But
in the First Republic.
Yes, in the First Republic. But the stature that his father has then, the temerity that he has, is he having it? Who brought him to limelight? Was it not Baba Obasanjo? Was it not because Baba Obasanjo peradventure knew his father at that time, that made him to come to limelight? What lessons has he learned in politics? What value, what political value has Fani Kayode, Femi Fani Kayode, what political value has he? Has he ever won an election before? Has he ever contested an election before? Saraki has contested before. Atiku has contested. So many other ones have contested. Has he contested? He was only being given a position probably because of his name. And it's so unfortunate. Somebody described him like father, like son. So unfortunate. Look at what he has been saying ever since as regards APC. Remember, I don't know whether we discussed it on this platform. That time that I was gallivanting from one state to the other, I was saying, okay, where did you get this money? And he was harassing the pressman. He was harassing the pressman that was asking him questions. Where does he have, where does he get that temerity to be talking to a pressman like that? And he became so furious and angry. In fact, I was among those through our own agency I belong to, that press should even ignore him. I don't even know why press should even be carrying it the way they are carrying it. Okay. Because it cannot be classified under that group of political enigmas in this country.
Fine. But I probably may not want you to bring press into it. Press is only doing what is
I'm only saying the way he has attacked press in the past.
If he does not have, I'm asking now, if he does not have political value that you just described, you think you will get the listening ear of the president?
Let me give you an analogy somebody gave this morning. I will give you an analogy.
Somebody gave. The president was wrong to have given him the attention.
Wait now. I will give you an analogy somebody gave. And I will now ask you a question. Somebody said, look, the way the president attended to him is just like sometimes when a coach doesn't want his opponent, like those that belong, for instance, like Chelsea and Tottenham now. And the Chelsea find out that, okay, Tottenham wants to buy this particular player. No, because we'll be playing derby, we belong to the same area in London. I don't want Tottenham to buy that player. Chelsea doesn't need that player anyway. We buy the player, just sit down there. We keep the player on the reserve bench, and the player will not be played anything. Just be there. That is just him. APC will never pick Femi Fani Kayode to go and contest his local government on their behalf because they know it doesn't have electoral value. They will never. The best thing they will give him is appointment, just to keep him quiet. Like somebody also said on the social media, or was even asked that question, that probably is now broke. That is why he's now going to APC. Maybe they will now shove something to his pocket.
Did you watch that interview on one of the platforms where
yes,
that question was asked? The way he attacked that he's a wealthy man, that people really do not know that he's wealthy.
Are you also aware that that same question was the question that journalist threw to him, I think in Calabar or so, and he was furious about the guy. How wealthy is he? How wealthy is he? Okay, let him tell us. But we also know, okay, yes, you are wealthy. Where did you get the money from? What have you been doing before? Is he not still having a case, as regards when he was aviation minister? You remember? You are aware about that mismanagement of aviation intervention fund? The case is still there. So is that where I'm asking him, is that where he has gotten his wealth from?
But if you see the caliber of this APC, okay, it was the APC chairman, Malam Buni, that actually took him to the president. Okay, so he's being treated like a big-time politician, someone who's going to add value.
You see, if you have been studying
the party, because you see that many people are defected. People in the House of Reps are defected. Senators are defecting. Governors are defecting from the PDP to the APC. Why this level of recognition?
I will tell you. You see, for those that really understand political movements, political agitations, political maneuvering and all that, you're going to see that what is happening to APC now is very, very dangerous. I will tell you why. Politicians, they look at their interests first before the interests of the people. That is to say, all of them going to APC now, they have one interest or the other. Mark you, the president of the Federal Republic of Nigeria, Muhammadu Buhari, this way, is not contesting again in 2023. So everybody's attention within APC is now towards that calculation of who becomes the next president. Okay? And everybody also wants to be part of it because of what might come to them here or there. To that extent, immediately or even shortly before the primaries, you will see the kind of implosion that will happen in APC. The kind of implosion that will happen is like the three of us. If there are two seats here, and then the three of us that are coming to this program, we want to sit down. And then we're now rushing. The three of us now rushing for the 2 seats. You can imagine what will happen to this stage. The time will soon be here. The time will soon be here. Most of them going to that place, they are going there based on one thing or the other. We knew what happened to PDP the other time. We knew. When one chairman was brought about, what's his name again? That Agbada chairman, Sheriff. It was planted to PDP. And at the end of the day, we all saw what happened. So let us be mindful of how these people are defecting to APC. Yes, not that PDP is not having his own, but at the end of the day, it will still, his own implosion will be more managed. But all said and done, we strongly believe in Nigeria that PDP failed. That was why APC could come in. And that one takes me to what the guy said. And I will always respect that man, even the way he conducted the 2015 election. And the way he has been comporting himself since then. He said, Nigerians, wait, PDP has failed. APC is failing.
tremendously in a geometric way, why can't we look outside those two parties? Because we can see the way all of them are cross-carpeting, moving from here to there. And meanwhile, they are all trying as much as possible to fester their idealistic tendencies, rather than developing the people, rather than bringing the gains of democracy to the people.
But is there any other party that is trying to, well, let me say, hold those parties by the jugular?
And that is why,
to measure up.
and that is why,
where is that?
That is why I decide to move away a little bit to what Jega said. So Jega now, some of us need to sit down with Jega. Sir, you are a professor of political science. Can we now sit down and look at this and then see a way of developing this theory? Developing this theory to ensure that we look outside those two parties and then make sure that at the end of the day, the dividends of democracy gets to the people. And at the same time, we put Nigeria on the path of growth and development. Instead, because all this movement here and there, look at what Farika already said before, who will go to that rat-infested party? He has abused Buhari, he has abused Oshiomhole, he has abused this, he has abused that. Along the lines, some people even said he was suffering from kwashiorkor of the mouth. But look at him now. He has been healed from that disease. And now it's there. So why can't we, Nigerians, learn a lesson from all this? And then move away. Check out the person that proposed that. And then see how we can work on that and move on.
Now,
so let me just let you know that you can be part of this discussion by sending us an SMS. Please, we'll take SMSs today, we'll not be taking calls. So you can just send an SMS to the number on the screen and share your thoughts with us on this issue we are discussing, and also on the issue of the VAT. Those are the two topics you can share your opinion with us on the program today. And I'll read it. Tell us your name and where you're sending those messages from.
From your submission so far, you seem to have maybe underestimated the value or the powers of FFK. That he may not add any value in the end. At the end
not that he will not, and they even know.
But this is the man who claimed to have actually facilitated the defection of David Umahi of Ebonyi to APC, though he has David Umahi, that's the governor of.
Sorry. Let me quickly tell you this. Let me also quickly tell you this. What temerity does he have to have been able to influence a governor, a sitting governor? You want to underestimate the power of a sitting governor.
It has happened. The reality is that David Umahi is already in APC.
But is he him?
Also know that,
is he him?
You also know that based on what he said he's bringing 3 other governors, including that of Oyo State. I don't know. State today, of course, between APC and PDP, there's been a kind of exchange of brickbats over whether or not Makinde is contemplating crossing to APC. It may become a reality.
Sir, it seems you don't know the kind of clout that the present acting PDP chairman has. APC chairman has. You know when he has been in secretariat of APC, even before Oshiomhole became the chairman of APC, he has been there. Are you forgetting that I was the secretary also to Oshiomhole in APC? It is that guy, what's his name? Buni. It is Buni that is doing all this. And Buni also has his own reason for doing all this. Remember, when he was brought up by the president. When president called all of them to Aso Rock to resolve the issue of Oshiomhole's removal and all that, and the president stylishly eased out Oshiomhole, and we can also recollect all the brickbats that came up when the president pushed. I think the case is still in court. The case is still in court. Even by APC people. APC members, top-notch members. So we know the antecedents of bullying, and we know the political strength that okay, you want to compare bullying to Varikaode, to Femi Varikaode. Lie. They are two different things. It's just like you are asking animals that has horns. Tell
them
that is, people are saying animals that has horns, they should come out. Where buffalo was coming out, snail too was coming out.
Crushing.
Crush.
Crush.
Use another word. Crush. Aside from crushing, I mean, you want to compare that? No. So when you see all these people defecting and all that, you know it's the president that put Buni there knows what he's doing. The president, when he brought up Buni is a governor. According to the constitution, is he supposed to be the chairman of the party? That is why people are contesting. But the president and his cohort, they know what they are doing. It's a political game. And the game is now playing out. The game is now playing out. So it's left for the other faction within APC to study properly and look at where to hit that it will hurt. Because if you hit where it doesn't hurt and they hit back, I mean, they won't be able to defend it.
Now, it's about us now, electorates, Nigerians generally. Politicians may decide on their own, in their own wisdom or whatever it is, choose to do whatever they know, whether it's drama, whether it's comedy, whatever it is. But as Nigerians, we already know the games by now. If you are in the university for 4 years, you are already a specialist in a particular field.
Yes.
Now, in 22 years of uninterrupted democracy, we have seen this play out so many times. Yet, we'll fall for it when the election comes. So what do you think Nigerians have learned out? Have they learned anything at all?
Yes, most Nigerians have not learned anything, but then thereafter, some of us have been trying as much as possible to let them know. Look, I mean, you are aware of the program we had in Ibadan. Don't know how you remember. The Coalition of Nigeria Stakeholders Forum, the Southern Nigeria Convergence. Some of us have been going out to educate Nigerians. Look at this. Look at it this way. These people, they are just out to fester their pockets. Their own whims and caprices are what is important to them. Look at the health sector now. All the doctors, they are on strike. But you see them flying their children out of the country. They too, they go outside the country on health tourism. Abi, the president just came back some times ago on health tourism, whereby he was still there when our brother here too, BAT, also went there. Who knows how many of them are even there now? Who knows? Look at our education, the same thing.
Are you aware of the circumstances, the last few hours of Obadiah?
Do you understand?
I mean, you are aware of circumstances led to his
Yes. If you also look at that trajectory of his death, you see that it is because of the health delivery failure that we have in this country. And that is why his death even paid me so much. A friend of mine was just telling me this morning, he called me and said that, you see now, you better take it easy too. Because all these people, they will not take care of you when that thing comes up. So what I'm saying is, we the people should stand up at once, hold ourselves together and decide this is where we are going. That is what we call the social needs of the people. The social needs of the people, social contract. We should be social contract. We should be able to define that social contract properly, come up with our needs and aspirations. put timelines, then put, if you don't do this, this is what will happen. We can do it. It's happening now in which state now in America? That state that yes, California. Try to recall the governor. Each time I see him and his wife now running up and down, so that I will not be recalled. We can recall even the president of the federation, if we so decide. There was a time in Germany. We don't need to be violent. No, we don't need to be violent. I will come to that when we get to the issue of that. There was a time in Germany, and there was an increase in pump price of petroleum also. I was saying, no, we don't want this. You know what they did? Everybody just park all their cars. They park it on the popular bridge. They park all those cars on the popular bridge. And the whole world got to know about it. We can do it. We don't need to be, we won't abuse anybody. We won't say the president is stupid. We won't be burning our BRT that is meant for us. We won't be burning public places. But if I decide to park my car on the Tomeland Bridge, and you decide to do that, and then those in Abuja decide to park their own on the way to Aso Rock, nobody goes in, nobody comes out. We're not abusing anybody. We're only protesting. We're not saying enough is enough. We own this country. It is a commonwealth that belongs to everybody. For you to be the governor, you are not born a governor. It's because I just have to submit my sovereignty to you because of the constitution. And everybody cannot sit on that chair. So that does not make you a superior person than me. For you now to be going outside on a medical tourism, and then you are spoiling the health delivery in my country. So not until when we the people decide to look at that. But look, we can be hungry for a week. It's better for us to be hungry for a week than we to be dehumanized for ages. How long are we going to be suffering in this country from all these politicians? Right, so the people, you and I, we now need to say the truth. Let us forget about the colorize. What did they colorize? Measure of the rika of rice. 2 cubes of Maggi. All those small drinks that they will give. No, we don't want it again. We now want issue-based. We want issue-based campaign system. What can you do? How do you want to achieve it? Within how many months, how many years will you achieve it? If you are not able to do this, what should be the repercussion from the people? Then let us also go to Jega to come up with all the paraphernalia of the theorem is trying to come up with, so that by 2023 we can be where we want to be.
Okay, before we leave this topic, I'm also many a time where you speak so strongly like this, I wonder whether it's because you are not on that side of the divide, because people that have been ruling us, particularly some of the governors, have said it openly that they will want somebody like the current president to come back, somebody in the mold of President Muhammadu Buhari, to actually be in the saddle again from 2023 to 2027. Now, is it that because you are not on that divide?
Thank you. I appreciate that. 2 areas. When you look at President Muhammadu Buhari, he has said he has resigned. He doesn't want to contest again. Yes or no? But some people went there to bring him out. That is to say, he was not prepared for that seat again.
Sorry, we have to go on a very short break. When we return, this program will continue. We'll have to go on a short break now. When we return, we'll actually be rounding off on this segment of the program.
right, so it's still summit, and Dr. Dayo Kayode will still just conclude on the issues of gale of defections ahead of the 2023 election.
So what I was saying is this. Look, also, I always say it. When you see some people talking, there are some that like talking, while there are some that likes walking the talk. Okay? Walking the talk. There are some people that are prepared for what they want to do, while there are some people, they be shifting, changing lanes from here to there. Ever since I have been coming to television houses to discuss issues, and people, I mean, I told you the story of these and all that, okay?
This should go round though.
If the person...
Dividends of talk.
Yes, the person saw me, he said, are you so person? I said, my twin brother. You know? But the person for you said, no, don't mind me. He said, hey, he appreciated, we sat down, he was just, the next thing, he just went to his boot, the boot of his car, and brought out this shirt, because he just came back from UK. Brought out this shirt. He said, in appreciation of what you have been doing with some other people. Do you understand? So there are people and there are people. For me, whether in government or not outside government, all I am looking for is a better Nigeria. And that is what I use 85% of my time to do these days. For us to have a better Nigeria. Whoever is going to give it to us, whether Hausa, Igbo, Fulani, Yoruba, or Ibibio, let the person go there, let the person develop his action plans. You want to see action plans. You want to see issues. Okay, petroleum problem. How do you solve it? How long will it take you to solve it? What is going to be the cost in terms of our money? And then what multiplier effect will it have on our economy? Foreign exchange, how do you bring it down? 1, 2, 3, 4 within 4 months, 2 months, 3 months. All those things, you want to see it. Then we follow you. Then Nigeria will move ahead.
Let me read this message on this one we are discussing. Someone said, FFK is broke and has no shame. He is not a man of his words. He has no electoral value, and it's just because Nigeria is what it is. If not, men like him shouldn't be allowed to get close to power. What someone is saying.
Oh. You can see that person now confirming what I have said, even more. He has said more than I have been able to indicate here.
All right, so let's move to the second topic now, so that because our time is going very fast. We're talking about update on VAT controversy right now. Cases in court. The Rivers State government has moved to the Supreme Court. So we are waiting for the Supreme Court judgment now. We know that the presidency and the FRS is trying to grip the National Assembly to do some amendments to the Constitution, and is unfolding. But generally, what's your perspective to this issue?
Number one, I have never seen Wiki before. I've never ever been to the States in how many years? I was there sometime very, very long time ago, over 20 years ago. So, but as far as I am concerned with what Wiki has done on this issue of FIRS, it should be seen as the father of restructuring in Nigeria. This is nothing other than restructuring we are talking about. It's not about restructuring. Go to your tent, O Israel. Yoruba should go their way. Hausa should go their way. Restructuring is beyond that. We are saying, look, what do we call fiscal federation? In terms of each component states controlling their resources and not making that federal to be too strong. Democracy is all about the people. Who is closer to the people? Is it the state or the federal? It's the state. So why don't you allow states to control their resources and then contribute to the federal? It's just like as we are here now. Here is a union. Okay, here is a union. You are working very hard. She's working very hard. me, I'm trying to lazy out. You are now saying, okay, all the money you have garnered, we should put it here, and then we now distribute again. Why? He who works is supposed to eat, and when you don't work, when you are being allowed to starve, then that starvation will teach you lesson. Go and read about evolution. You will see why the Europeans are where they are and where Africans are where we are. The history of evolution is all about Africans having everything at their whims and caprices. Whatever we want, good weather, good water, good this, good that, good this, good that. But go to Europe, bad weather, bad this, earthquake, Kineko Katrina, Hurricane Moji, Hurricane Nayo, Hurricane Wind. Do you understand? And because of that, they started developing their brain on how do we come against all this. You that doesn't have a hurricane here, what concerns you? You that can go out in the morning, you will say, yeah, today it is going to be sunny, and it will be sunny throughout. Go to UK.
Okay, let's look.
Sometimes we have 5 weathers in a day. Sometimes we have 5 weathers in the. You are just leaving the house like this, so before you will just be shivering. But here we are free. We can do anything. So also, if you are not collecting VAT, you are not. You say you should not. They should not drink beer in your state, and you are sharing VAT on beer. Is that normal?
Let's look at Governor Masari's argument, because that's the governor of Katsina State. Let me read. He said that
former Speaker of House of Reps.
Okay, Masari.
Yes.
I mean,
Okay.
Masari, yes.
He said there's the issue of all states benefiting from one another, and he gave an example that North provides the bulk of market that makes Lagos what it is.
The bulk of.
Yeah. So then let's look at that. His argument.
Yes.
Each state benefiting from.
There is no doubt. States should benefit from one another, but that benefit should also be beneficial. I don't know whether you understand. We should qualify that benefit with beneficial. If our relationship is not beneficial, why should we keep on relating? But beneficial in terms of look at Lake Rice. You remember? Do you see it?
I am not too sure.
Lagos Kebbi.
Kebbi.
Lagos Kebbi Rice. You plant, yes, you have vast area of land that we can use to plant rice. Let us contribute and plant it together there. Processes together there. But in my Lagos state, I have the population to consume that rice. That is a beneficial relationship. Beneficial relationship. But not that I will be working. You will not be working. And then you expect me to, in Yoruba, they say, what
about issues of tomatoes, pepper, onions?
Are they bringing it free of charge? They are not bringing it free of charge. You are planting it there. You cannot eat it. They can look at that time that they stopped bringing all those things there. The whole thing perished over there. It perished. Along the line, they started begging, okay, please, let us just bring it down. Let them plant it now. Where will they take it to? If they are not bringing it to the market here. But that is different from VAT. When you are bringing your this thing here, are you giving it to Lagosians free of charge? No. Lagosians are paying for it. And then VAT has been included in the prices we are buying, except your other people that are selling for you here, they are not remitting the VAT to you. And you cannot see the land of Lagos State where they are selling those things. They will pay now for the rentage of the land. So what are you talking about? He should go back. Masari is somebody that I respect so much, especially the way he conducted himself while he was the Speaker of the House of Reps. He should just think properly before dabbling into this issue a VAT. When you're talking of relationship, it has to be a beneficial relationship. It is for two wells, you use your right hand to wash your left hand. That is how your hand can be clean. Not that the right will now be washing only the left. Who will now wash the right? It's not possible now.
Let's look at what I usually call unintended effects of this controversy. For instance, the position of Masari has actually pitched the North against the South. Situation where we're talking of the unity of the country for development to take place. That is a minus. Now, the North, if the North, with its number in the House of Reps, in the House of the Senate, decide to actually align with the thoughts of Masari, definitely they will be against, they will be opposed to states controlling VAT. It then shows us that there may be, there can be a kind of position that will be regional based. That is to say, the northern legislators may think that this is against their interest. So what do you see as the effect of this division and thinking and making it a regional issue?
And even that is why, the more reason somebody like me have been proposing that we should have a genuine population census in this country. Because even for the North to be having more representatives, both in the House of Reps and the Senate than the South, it is something that is highly incongruous. Incongruous in terms of when you look at how many people are paying tax in the South and how many people are paying tax in the North, then you look at it that it is highly incongruous. There's no relationship at all. And that is why we should have a genuine population census in this country and then see how we can redelineate all these senatorial districts and the federal constituencies. Now, coming back to that, your question. For me, the National Assembly should, at this time, let us, one, be practical, and let us be sincere to ourselves in taking decisions as regards this issue of VAT. Because all Nigerians have been saying ever since has been restructuring. And this is an aspect of restructuring that government should take care of properly. When this particular government were in opposition and they were campaigning, they spoke about restructuring now. Have we seen any kind of restructuring? They should have even turned my brother Wike for even doing his analysis and coming up with this at this present moment of Nigeria. So, National Assembly should please let us come together as one, and then let us be highly objective as regards the issue. I mean, taking decision on this issue of VAT. Again, I also appeal to Mr. President that if only it is this, I mean, if it is only the issue of this VAT that he decide to put at rest, where everybody will be happy, oh, people, history will write it also about him, that yes, he was also on the path of restructuring. Even if he cannot achieve so much, this has been a basis, a foundation. He laid that foundation, he laid that basis for a proper restructuring for the incoming government.
All right, I have two questions, and I'll just put it straight. Like the time this is coming up, like the states in the northeast, north central, that are not settled now, with all these issues of banditry and kidnappings and all that, their economy is not stable.
Is the economy of the South stable too?
But you see that the South is better somehow.
No.
Well, anyway,
I will explain to you why.
Okay, that's the first question. Is it a good time to have this issue of the VAT?
No time is not.
Okay, then my second question is some of the fears that some organizations are, coming up with, like the organized private sector of Nigeria, heading to court to prevent the scenario where they will be compelled to pay VAT both to the federal government and state government. So those are the two questions I have.
You see, there is no time that change cannot come about. No time. In as much as it is a positive change, it can come anytime. Who knows? Whether this thing will bring about even settlement of insecurity there. Who knows? You never can tell. Because if we are saying because of insecurity there, are you now saying we should be stealing from Paul to pay Peter? No, it's not proper. Again, South too is not settled economically, because you find out that Southerners imports mostly in this country. Southerners imports mostly in this country. What is exchange rate talking? And who are the people controlling the exchange rate? Who are the people? Abi? But the central bank governor just said it now. He called them what name did he call them? Aboki FX. Who are the Aboki? Is it you or me that are Aboki? Their own economy is even better. It's because their leaders are just trying to ensure that they keep on unleashing their hegemonic tendencies upon them by making them to be highly uneducated and impoverished. So that is why we think that, no, the economy there is better than here.
All right, so the next one of the...
Again,
paying VAT to federal and state government.
The issue is, when the court has decided that, look, this should be, should the National Assembly go back again and revert it? Is it normal? Because the court will not just be giving judgment without looking at the merits and the merits of the case. And that is why we have separation of power. And within the separation of power, the court has the final say, is the final arbiter on any issue that is contentious. The court has the last say. So if the court is now saying this, I don't think National Assembly should have a temerity to change it, except they want that court to charge them with contempt. Yes, I will. In fact, this particular thing you raised, I will consult my lawyer friends, because we have separation of power. The court is to interpret the laws and then adjudicate when there is a dispute. And the moment they adjudicate on a particular case, should National Assembly go back and say they want to change the law? No. It's like changing the goalpost at the middle of the game. So the person that changes this is a cheat and should be penalized. So if that is the case, if the court gives its final judgment and National Assembly decides to change it, then I think National Assembly should be charged for contempt of court.
What does the federal government have to lose in all of this? For instance, is the greatest contributor to VAT pool, or let me say the POS.
Who is the greatest contributor?
Federal government.
How?
That's what they have said. Now they are the greatest contributor to VAT.
It is because this thing has been, is being collected on their behalf from the states. By the time you remove that of Lagos State, you remove that of Cross River State, you remove that of okay, no, I want to be subjective now. Do you remove that of Ekiti State? You will see that the whole thing will reduce. It will reduce. What is all these oil companies, are they residing in Abuja? No. They are in with Brother Wike. The manufacturing industries, they are with Brother Sanwo-Olu. So who is saying the federal government in Abuja is, you know, by the time you remove all those, you will see what will happen.
All right.
Okay, we have to go.
So everyone is waiting for the court judgment from the Supreme Court. So let's just wait and see how that goes. Thank you so much for watching today. My name is Jumoke Michaels. We'll come back on Wednesday for the midweek edition of the program. See you then. Let's thank our guest. That's the political technocrat, Dr. Dayo Kayode, for your time. Have a great week out there. My name is Banji Busari.